not on child support.
Right.
So that's like my own child support for her. It's like, man, here go $1,000 a month for you. Just
right.
Yeah, and if your mama needs something, she can go to you and borrow it, whatever the case may be. Your mama get her own money, and mama do it too. She be like, "Your daddy sent you something? Apple pay me $300 real quick. I'll pay you back, Shy." Right. So it's all good. My daughter's mom for sure. That's my dog, Joy.
Yeah.
Shy's mom. That's my dog.
Yeah.
I'll do anything for her. That's like
right.
Great mother, great friend, ride or die. Utmost respect.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the Better Baby Mama podcast. I am your host, Azaza. Today, I found a couple of videos that's in my playlist that I've been needing to post. So I'm going to just kind of do something a little different. Make a little compilation. As you saw in the first clip, Bow Wow was talking about his relationship with his baby mama. And yeah, it went good for him. So that's great for him. He's not on child support. He pays her money according to him. And everything is copacetic. Unfortunately, as you are going to see as you continue watching the video, that is not the case for everybody. So just sit back, relax. You can listen on the audio version if you prefer, or you could sit and watch the video. But please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment your thoughts on all of this foolishness and this messy co-parenting baby mama, baby daddy drama.
We're talking about children, it's a different feeling. You get what I'm saying? Like, I did my whole pregnancy by myself. Like, real life, did it by myself. You get what I'm saying? I had my mom, but when I went into labor, it was just me and my mom in that delivery. And my mom, not my baby daddy. I didn't lay down and have a baby with my mom. You get what I'm saying? The whole first year of Casey, and still, I'm doing it by myself. Like, I'm really doing it by myself. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, people see him, whatever the case may be. But in reality, that's me. That's my baby. You know? So, like I said, it's not easy for you just to say, or just to let it go.
Right.
Or just be like, just move on. Like, when I left my baby daddy, I had $200 in my bank account. In my pocket. Just $200. And I just look at my life and I say, thank God, because it could have been worse. I don't get child support. He doesn't help me. You can see on the internet, he doesn't support my business. None of that. I'm always getting bashed. It's always bad. But do I let that stop me? Absolutely not.
Something that I really don't think is emphasized enough whenever we're talking to teenagers about pregnancy prevention and avoiding becoming single teen parents is the fact that if you are a woman or a female and you choose to keep a baby, that child is 100% your responsibility. If you get a child support order, the judge cannot make that man attend visitation. You are going to be the only one that's the day in, day out, changing diapers, taking the kid to school, picking the kid up from school, taking the kid to the doctor's appointments, taking the kid to the dentist appointment. God forbid your child have a special need. Now you're taking your child to ABA therapy. You're taking your child to these special needs appointments. And if you have them in extracurricular activities, you're going to be the one taking them to the basketball, to the swimming meet, to the dancing, to the cheerleading. You are 100% responsible for everything. On the weekends, you're feeding your kids 3 times a day. On the weekdays, you're feeding your kids at least dinner. Or if you want to feed them breakfast before school, whatever. As soon as they get out of school, of course, they hungry. You got to make them a snack. You are 100% responsible. Bath times every day. Waking them up for school, getting them ready for school 5 times a week. Getting them ready for church or whatever you do on the weekend. That is 100% on you. And the little child support money, the average child support payment is around $430 a month. The little $430 is not going to do anything to subsidize the time expenditure, the energy expenditure it takes to raise a child, by yourself especially. Them kids grow out of clothes so fast. Like my child, I have a daughter that's just turned 6. She grows out of clothes quarterly. She cannot fit some of the stuff she got for Christmas. It's only February. Her feet will not stop growing. She has to go to the dentist so often. Like, I don't know why. She just has the worst luck with everything. She keeps having to have dental surgeries and she'd been to the doctor so much this year between the doctor's appointments, the dentist, and then she had got something called impetigo by getting bit by a mosquito. Apparently, she's allergic to mosquitoes, God forbid, and she loved to play outside. And she had lesions all over her body. Had to take her to the hospital and then follow-up appointments. And then she missed in school because impetigo happens to be contagious, so she couldn't go to school. It was a nightmare. I had to deal with that by myself because I'm not with her daddy. And that's the choice I made. And I knew when I made the choice that, okay, I'm not going to get my baby up for adoption. I'm not going to have an abortion. I'm going to have this baby. Now, yes, we was together at the time, but I knew it was a possibility it wasn't going to last forever. That was not my husband. And even if he was, it still might not last forever. So before you have a child, you have to be mature enough to understand that. And this is what I think teen girls should be learning.
When I got pregnant with my first kid.
When we met, I was 16 and she was 13.
I know it cut off a little bit because of the way that I screen recorded, but she was 14 whenever she got pregnant and he would have been 17. Furthermore, why the fuck is a 16-year-old little boy fucking a middle schooler, a 13-year-old? That in itself is crazy as hell. Like, I couldn't imagine hunching in middle school. And I couldn't imagine being 16 years old hunching on a middle schooler. What the fuck? He is very strange. I don't know what parts of town they from. I think this is some Florida activity, but baby, it could have never been me or my kid. I don't understand what do a 13-year-old and 16-year-old even have in common enough for them to be alone together or be friends. But let's continue because this done pissed me off.
How did you feel when you found out you were pregnant?
It was just like in disbelief.
How about both your families? What did they think when you told them?
My mom, I think she felt maybe a little disappointed.
At first, with her being so young, it was a little upsetting.
Do you think being 24 years old and having 5 kids?
Yeah, it is. Because they're not cheap. But
I hate to interrupt, but I just have to ask the question, where the fuck is her daddy at? Why does she have 5 kids by the age of 24? Why is she 14 and pregnant by a 17-year-old? Why was she 13 fucking on a 16-year-old? Where is the father? Where are the men?
they are doing
She's doing a great job, though.
And I'm so
I
proud of
can't
her.
imagine myself with no 5 kids. I'm sorry. I'm 30, but no.
It was just a little too much snickering and sniggling and not enough sniffling for me. I don't understand how, as a mom, you're not embarrassed to come on television or come on a YouTube show that's hosted in front of millions and millions of people and describe what a failure you have been, to the point where your child was pregnant at 13, gave birth at 14 by some little 17-year-old little boy. What was you doing where you was not watching your middle schooler? Because 13, that's either 7th or 8th grade if she did not fail, depending on when her birthday is. I don't understand how that's funny. What's so funny? What are we laughing and kikiing for? Y'all need to be on Ayala. Y'all up here on Truly. No, you need to be on Dr. Phil or something. This is not funny. This is not cute. This is a negative representation of our community. Believe it or not, little black girls were put on this earth to do more than breed. Actually, we were put on this earth to do more than just hunch and be sexual objects. But a lot of us will never know that because our parents have allowed, specifically our mothers, have allowed us to believe that it's okay to become a mom before you even get a degree, before you get a diploma, before you even graduate the 8th grade. And I'm sorry, I just don't think that's cute. I don't think that's appropriate at all. I would feel like such a failure. Matter of fact, I myself was pregnant at 15, and I'm not going to blame my mom. It wasn't because of my mom or anything like that. I will say I was just raised in a certain type of community. This is what was normalized around me. I grew up in a certain religion where you're supposed to wait until marriage. I knew I was supposed to wait till marriage. I wasn't informed about the choices of pregnancy prevention and things like that. So ignorance mixed with rebellion, mixed with doing what the fuck I want to, mixed with I'm not scared if I do become pregnant because all the people around me was pregnant around my age. So who gives a fuck? Like, it wasn't a big deal to me. Like, if I do, so what? And I hate that for myself. I really hate that. And I hate that for any other girl who feels that way. I could have been something great. I should have been a lawyer. I should have went to FAMU. I should have accomplished all the little dreams that my heart wanted. But no, I was laying on my back getting pregnant at 15. And it was nothing cute about it. My mom would have never came out here and told nobody that. My mom felt like a failure, and she probably still does. Like, Even though I tried to do everything I could to make up for it by graduating at 16, graduating a couple years early, going to college at 17. Like, I tried to do everything I could to make up for the fact that I failed as her child by getting pregnant. And I embarrassed her in front of everybody because of my choices. But I was having a conversation with a relative, and I said, if I had to give myself a grade as a parent, I'm about a C minus. You know, I got some work to do. I lack in patience. I'm easily frustrated, and I don't really loosen up like that. Like, I'm one of those militant type of moms. I don't really play too much. And when I do play, you know, it has to be appropriate setting. If we at the park or we're doing a fun activity, we at the museum, something like that, that's fine. But other than that, like, I'm straight down to the business. I don't play with kids. It's do what I say when I say it. I have zero room, a zero tolerance policy, a zero bullshit policy. I could do better with that. I could do better with consistency. Like, I want to do my daughter's nails and stuff on a weekly basis. I want us to have some girl time and have some fun time, downtime. And I could be more consistent in it. I could be more consistent with taking them to do things such as going on walks, going to the park, things like that. I could be much more consistent and do it much more frequently. So I know that as a parent, I have things to do. Also, I took off a grade because I was not married when I had my kids. So they get to see me every day, but they don't have the balance of having a father. I could provide everything in this world to them if I wanted to. But one thing I could not provide them with was a father who will be here every single day. So that's why I give myself a C minus. I'm working hard so I can at least become about a B plus. If I could be a B plus by the time they're 18, they're 11 and 6 right now, I'd be all right. And the person I was talking to, my relative, said, well, I consider myself an A parent. And I said, why? What is it that you consider yourself an A parent for? And not to be shady, but your son was a gangbanger. Your son was a murderer. Your son was in prison. Your son was the king of ice lords. Like, what are we talking about? Your daughter was pregnant at my age as a teen. Your daughter also got pregnant again in college. So I'm just trying to understand, what rubric system are you using, ma'am? Because our rubric system and grading scale is not the same, apparently. But anyway, it just seemed like a whole lot of people want to consider themselves great parents, such as the young lady's mother in this video talking about they great parents. Bullshit. Let's go on to the next video.
Call your mama right now. Call your mom. See, that's your problem. That's your problem right now. Your attitude. You're only 14 years old. Call your mama. Here. Call your mama right now. You got to get out of my house. I'm done. You too grown. You grown. You're only 14 years old. You steady doing the same thing. I found weed in your room.
That wasn't even mine.
Who weed was it?
You know my friend was over here last time.
That's your problem. You hanging out with these little fast-ass little girls.
I told her not to bring it in here.
No, you steady lying. That's your problem. You need to stop lying and go to school. All I asked you to do was go to school. I buy you everything you want. And you steady crying for what? All you got to do is do the right thing. But pack your stuff and get out of my house. You can leave now.
My daughters are not teenagers yet, so I haven't personally got to that stage. So I don't want to be too harsh because I'm not in that position. And I don't know what I would do because, as I just mentioned, I am a militant mom and I have a zero tolerance for bullshit. So I'm not going to say dad is wrong for putting her out. I will say that I noticed that he said he buy her whatever she wants. Well, one, you cannot buy love from a child. And you spoiling a child is actually not fair to them because you're setting the expectation that they're going to get whatever they want when they want as long as they ask you. And if you get whatever you want without earning it and without working for it, you do not appreciate it. That's why so many people that live in the projects and live on Section 8, their houses is disgusting. And you can see that on some of these eviction body cams. Well, they getting evicted because they ain't pay their little $3.50 in rent. And the whole house is just junked up, dirty, broken TVs, beds on the floor, trash everywhere. Even though they ain't got to pay but $1.25 for rent. Because if you do not earn something, why would you appreciate it? You are not the one who labored to have it. So you giving this little girl everything Of course she gonna sit there and do whatever the fuck she want because she does not respect you, because you have not made her do any sort of effort. She has not had to put in any sort of work to get what she want. And a lot of fathers had that problem with spoiling these little girls. And y'all little girls turn out to hate you whenever they be 18, 19 years old and you be wondering why. Somebody, I spoiled her, I did everything I wanted, and now she don't even want to talk to me. Yeah, because why should she appreciate you? She's not going to appreciate you because you have told her that you basically turned yourself into a wallet, into a limitless ATM. And I don't agree with that at all. I am not going to spoil my kid. When we go to the store, first thing I say, I give them this speech, that Black Mom speech. When we go in here, don't you ask for nothing because you ain't getting shit. Don't even think about it. No. The answer is no. No, 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 no. Now, I kind of do a little reverse psychology because I know if we go in the store, I'm going to probably get them a little bag of chips or something. Get them a little drink, something like that. I get them something small, something cheap. Or if I see something that's on clearance or something like that, I know in my head, okay, I'm probably going to have to get this. But I already set the expectation that you ain't getting shit. Now, once they acting right and they ain't gave me no problems, they been helpful, they ain't ran over my ankles with the damn shopping cart, I'm like, okay, you can go ahead and pick this out. You could pick something to drink. You could pick whatever. Let's pick one item each. All right? And they appreciate it because I didn't just sit up here and set their expectation that y'all can get whatever the fuck y'all want. Y'all can act how y'all want. No. It's at the end of the shopping trip where they have done what I needed them to do, which is act like they got some fucking sense. And then I'm here like, okay, here is your reward. Or I'm starting to introduce chores. Like, you need to take the trash out. I'm about to have my 11-year-old start doing her own laundry. It's going to be a certain level of expectation. Because I'm not just sitting here. I'm not a bank. I'm tell them all the time, I'm not a bank. I'm not your checking book. You cannot afford my services. I'm not your maid. Let's clean up after ourselves. Let's sweep. Let's vacuum. Let's clean the table. Let's not sit up here and waste a bunch of dishes that y'all don't have to wash and leave them for me to do, because I'm not your cleaning professional and that's not my job. So I think that was probably the first mistake on this dad's part. He should have never spoiled that little girl.
My pappy for that whole shit that he did. How you fucking on my mama but couldn't take care of your kids? What's the point of calling you daddy when you never was a father? And what's the point of reaching out when a nigga ain't ever even bothered? But what's the point of me talking? I picked the same kind of BD. What's the point of him being 32 fucking me at 17? But
Hold up, what the fuck? Hold up.
what's the point of being sad? They just gon' label you as fast, cause you know dope boys not pedophiles long as they get in the bag. So what's the point of being mad? You better off not giving a fuck. They be screaming they hate P. Diddy, but still love they uncles. What's the point of keeping secret if he a threat to all the nieces? And why y'all hurting all the angels so you can protect all the demons?
This shit just got real personal.
He's not. He's not.
Call an Uber.
Yeah, we'll call an Uber there.
You ain't even tell me they was here in the first place.
I ain't gotta tell you that. They live here. It's a package deal.
It doesn't matter. The same way when y'all ask females, is they kids there, is the kids sleep, you should let the female know the same thing.
But I ain't gotta let them know nothing. I ain't gonna lie.
Like what?
My kids, they live here.
Where my phone at?
My kids live
I'm
here.
gonna post you.
My kids live here.
You're weird.
I don't give no fuck. I don't care. I don't care. Post me.
Okay.
Guess what? They gonna hop in my DM.
Okay.
Real father, real man. Feed my kids. You sound considerate. Matter of fact, make a post about this and ask all men, ask men who should eat first, the kids or the woman. A guest at that.
They would say,
a guest at that. I just met you though. We ain't in no full relationship.
It doesn't matter.
What you talking about? You a guest.
The whole point is they didn't say they were hungry. I said I was hungry. I asked you to cook for me, not them.
Bro, listen, like I said, my kids gonna eat first. Y'all gonna eat first, you hear me? And if somebody come to y'all house, y'all better feed y'all kids first.
That's weird.
You hear me, JCN?
JCN.
You hear me? Yes? You hear me? Javion, you hear me?
Your dad is weird. Just know if you ever get
y'all dad got y'all regardless.
Make sure your friend eat first.
I ain't gonna put no woman over y'all. Yeah. Just like my mama put a man over me.
I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah, bye.
Okay,
bye.
It's okay, sir.
Bye.
It's okay, sir.
Bye.
It's okay, sir.
Fuck wrong with her? Like my kids ain't gonna eat first.
I would say the same exact thing if he was a woman. It is not appropriate to bring somebody that you do not know around your kids. It's not appropriate. Clearly, you don't know this lady this well if you didn't know that she was going to act like this in front of your kids. And I do think that you should have probably told her that your kids was there. I mean, unless it's like a late night booty call or something and they sleep, then you probably should have told her, like, yeah, I got my kids over here, so we gonna have to reschedule or something. Or I got my kids, is that cool? Because yeah, like you do kind of have to consider people's personalities. Everybody don't like kids. This is just a consequence of being a primary parent. You're gonna have to disclose the fact that you are a parent first, and a lot of folks ain't gonna like that. A lot of people want to be the first choice, so they do not want to deal with single parents. And they especially don't want to deal with single active parents. And it's a whole lot of women out here who would rather deal with a man who pays child support and sees his kids twice a month every other weekend than deal with a dad who gonna sit here and have his kids all the time. Because a lot of women would prefer to be the center of attention or the center of that man's life. So they don't mind him paying his little $430 every month and seeing them babies for 48 hours every other week, twice a month. So I don't know. The girl was obviously clearly a nut, and she clearly was a clown and should not have behaved herself that way. I'm definitely not excusing her behavior. I'm the Bitter Better Baby Mama podcast, so I'm here to talk about single parents and co-parenting relationships and whatnot. I'm focusing on that. As a parent, if you're going to have your children at the house, you should probably let your date know. That's all I'm saying.
So my friend or whatever, she was talking to this rapper and she was like, I'm going to get pregnant by him. I'm going to get pregnant by him. Boom. The ended up getting pregnant by him.
I beg your pardon?
So she was pregnant for about 3 months. The whole 3 months I was there for her. Her birthday, she didn't do nothing. I put up with a little basket for her. She needed food. Do you want me to ride with you? Like just anything so she can know that I was there for her. She's at 3.5 months and she went to go get an abortion. So then I got pregnant right before she got an abortion. And so we're just talking. We're like, oh, we're going to be pregnant together. She's like, I'm going to go get pregnant again. Don't worry. Now that I'm pregnant, she's taking trips to Miami. She's doing this, doing the third, talking to a new guy. She don't ask me, do I want to go get some fruit with her. It's like she don't give a about me no more. Like we near like not even friends how we used to be.
Are you treating pregnancy like it's a game? It's not a club. You know that, right? This generation, ruined.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but abortion is not birth control. We have over 50 forms of birth control. You got everything from the depot shot, you got the NuvaRing, you got the pills. Even Plan B is some sort of pregnancy prevention. I know it's not birth control, but still. We got the pull-out method. We have condoms, the lambskin condoms. You got latex condoms. You have swallowing. There are so many options. Dozens and dozens and dozens of options. But the one option that we cannot seem to stop as a community is abortion. And it is scenarios like this why you will never convince me about women's reproductive rights or abortion is a right. No, it's not. It's not, because this scenario is exactly how it's used 99% of the time. Bitches wanting to get pregnant by men and then end up changing their mind and aborting the baby just to get pregnant a couple months later. It's very weird to me how comfortable y'all are sitting in an abortion clinic. I've been in an abortion clinic, not to have an abortion, but Planned Parenthood used to provide birth control and stuff like that. So after I had my daughter when I was a teenager, I didn't have like healthcare or anything like that. So I would go to Planned Parenthood to get NuvaRing birth control because they, at least at that time, they did offer birth control for free back then. I don't know if they still do, but it's like 2016, 2015. So it's just so cold and eerie in there. And y'all just be going in there. Y'all go to the abortion clinic more than you go to the gynecologist. It don't make no sense to me. And then, I mean, this goofy buffoon talk about she got pregnant and was mad because her friend was supposed to get pregnant again and didn't. And now she's taking trips and stuff. Well, baby girl, obviously you learned nothing from your friend. Clearly, she didn't want to be a parent. She wanted to continue about her business. And you dumb enough to sit here just so you could be pregnant with her. Like, y'all are dumb and dumber. It makes absolutely no sense to me. Are we forgetting how expensive kids are to raise? And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about energy and time. It makes no sense to me. If you want to give up your time so bad, why don't you foster? foster some kids. You want to give up your time so bad? Go get a cat. Go foster a cat. Foster a dog. It's something you could do. Go down to the soup kitchen and volunteer your time. You can do more than just give up your womb so effortlessly. Like, we are grown-ups at this point. We know how hard it is to be a single mother. We have the internet full of single moms like myself complaining about how fucking hard it is. But y'all still go and sign up to be single moms. Then you're going to be complaining in another 6-7 months about how the baby daddy ain't around doing shit for the kid. But you're choosing to get pregnant so you could be just like your friend. Like, stick your head in a paper bag and pray. It makes no sense to me.
I'm not here to prove anything, just showing my real life. I'm grateful to even have a place for me and my family to stay. I thank God every day that we have a roof over our heads. If you're watching this, please support me by watching my vlogs and shorts till the end. Liking, commenting, and sharing doesn't cost a dime, but it helps me and my family get one step closer to moving out of here. I don't have marble countertops. I don't live in a big house, but I take care of what God blessed me with. My dream is a home with a big backyard where our kids can play, we can barbecue, listen to music, and just enjoy family time. This isn't just about cleaning. It's about creating peace for my kids. It's about showing them that no matter where you start, you still take pride in what you have. Some days are harder than others. Some days we're tired. But I remind myself, this chapter isn't the whole story. God didn't bring us this far to stop here.
So I just checked this lady channel, and she did actually buy a house and move out the project. So congratulations to her. For those who might not be in America or might be unfamiliar with what the projects is government subsidized housing. It can be where you pay a certain percent of money, like say 30% of whatever your income is, or it could be where you don't pay anything. It really just depends on the type. And they also have something called Section 8, which is where the government will give you a voucher. They don't give you the money anymore, but they did used to give you the actual money to pay your rent. But obviously that was abused by a lot of people in the 80s to buy crack and stuff. So they paid the landlord directly based on a voucher if you have Section 8. But the projects, nobody in the projects is affluent. In order to live in the projects, you have to be so far below the poverty line. And I don't understand why this type of content has become a thing. There was a time in my life where I lived in the projects back in early 2019. Trying to think, was it 2019, 2020? It was like right before COVID. I actually was living in the projects, and I told myself I'm gonna be out of here in a year. Like, I'm not staying longer than that. I'm gonna be here for a year and I'm leaving. And I had to pay a certain amount of rent, like maybe $200-$300 or whatever. And then when COVID happened, they suspended the rent for everybody, which was cool. And then they will give you a certain amount of money to pay, like your light bill, gas bill, whatever, like that. It was so demeaning to me. That has been the most depressing time in my whole adult life. And I was grateful to have somewhere to lay my head. But at the same time, I never, ever thought that it would actually be me that has to stay somewhere where people is fighting all the time. Your neighbors is like cussing their kids out all the time, fighting all the time. People getting put out all the time, like especially because a lot of women have different men stand over there that's not supposed to be there, that's not on the lease. So they get into it, they kicking them out, like police activity and stuff. And then whenever COVID happened, they wouldn't even let us go to the park or anything that was on the premises. If they caught you outside, like just walking outside or something, then you could get put out. And I was just like, this is not any way to live life. I cannot do this. I never renewed my lease. After a year, I let them know, like, hey, I'm leaving. I signed my lease, like, I think in January. It might have even been New Year's Day. And I know I told them in December, like, I'm leaving. I'm gone. I'm not staying here anymore. I just personally couldn't do it. I would rather hustle. I would rather stay in a studio apartment with my kids that I'm paying for than stay somewhere like that. I don't understand how people can get in this situation and be ever so comfortable. And it seems like what a lot of content like this is doing is trying to sell a dream that if you're in the projects, you can make content and you can get money and get out. And that's not sustainable for everybody. This lady was very lucky, very blessed to be in that situation. But I do think that we need to emphasize how terrible it is living in the projects. It's not all peaches and cream. Gunshots outside, liquor bottles everywhere. Like, it's a lot of foolishness, a lot of mess. It's not a good environment. Everybody is strapped for money. So you have to be protective of your stuff because you don't know if your house could get ran into, if somebody gonna try to rob you or anything. We wasn't even allowed to have pets or dogs or anything like that. And so, of course, they can come to your house anytime they want. They don't gotta give you notice. Them people can come to your house anytime they want and check your house if they want to see who's staying here. And it's just no way to live. I don't think this should be normalized. I'm really happy that she was able to make it out, and I pray she's able to sustain a way to get out. But it's also a trap at the same time because they do make you pay 30% of what you make. So some people look at it like, oh, so if I make more money, then I got to pay more rent. Like, why would I want to get a full-time job? Because that's just more rent that I'm going to have to pay. And it's just really a toxic, negative mindset to have. So I feel for people who still living in the projects and want to get out. And I would just say, if you're in the projects and you want to get out, do everything you can. I don't care if you got to pay 30% of what you making $5,000 a month, pay it. Pay them people and get up out of there. Like, come up with a game plan so that you can get the fuck out. Don't spend time financing cars. Don't spend time trying to buy this and that, buy the biggest TVs and all this other stuff, buying all the latest Jordans. Stack your money and get the fuck out as soon as you can. That is not a place that you want to stay. It will fuck with your mental health.
I was not kind. When I became a star, of course, then she was happy because I bought her a house. I did all kinds of things for her. She was my mother. You know, I was trying to make her comfortable because she didn't have a husband. She was alone, but she still didn't like me. Even after I became Tina, Ma still was a little bit, who did that or who did this? And I said, I did it, Ma. You know, I was happy to show my mother what I did. I had a house. I had gotten a car. And she said, I don't believe it. Now, you're my daughter. I know you didn't something to this effect. You know, she didn't want me. She didn't want to be around me, even though she wanted my success. But I did for her as if she loved me.
This really broke my heart. And I love Tina Turner. She is one of the people who inspired me to be Buddhist before I was Muslim. But this really broke my heart because I can relate. I was somebody who my mom did not like. I was her least favorite child. And to have a mom who treats you in a negative way and then become so successful like Tina Turner did and still have enough grace in your heart and love for your mom to continue to provide for her and tolerate her disrespect. That's very noble of Tina. And I pray her soul is resting in peace in heaven. And I just can't imagine how difficult that must have been for her. Because I'm to the point where I really don't care if neither one of my parents talk to me. Like, I don't live with y'all. Y'all live 16 hours combined away from me. I don't live with y'all. Y'all don't do shit for me. I take care of myself. I've been self-sustaining since I was 17. Like, anytime if I did need to borrow something, like when I had something happen with my car, somebody cracked my car last year, and I needed some money. So I asked my mom to send me some money. I was like, I got you. I'm going to send it right back. So that's what I did. But I'm not asking for no handouts or anything from my parents. And I can't imagine sitting here becoming a millionaire or something like that and them motherfuckers coming around with their hand out. No, keep that same energy. Don't come over here begging. No, fuck y'all. Actually, fuck y'all. It's how I feel. Because if you wasn't willing to help me when I was nobody, don't you bring your old sorry ass around here. But this is all I have for this compilation, y'all. I will continue posting more content, more videos. Please like and subscribe and check out all of the original creators who I'll have their original videos linked in the description below. I will talk to y'all later. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ramadan Mubarak to all my Muslims and Muslimas.